Hi class, welcome back to Ceramics 101 with Miss Terra. Today we're going to be talking about the different stages of clay. There are different terms for different stages of clay, both when it's in its unfired state and in between different firings. So today's lesson will be broken up into two parts. This is part one. So as clay dries, it goes through many stages from wet to bone dry, which is considered completely dry. And I just want to touch on each of those and how to recognize it and what you can do at each stage. So first up is wet. This is the soft plastic clay, the way that it comes out of your bag. It's easy to manipulate. It's great for rolling out slabs to build with later, for making pinch pots, for sculpting. But sometimes it can get too soft to support itself or other things. So like if I tried to make a really thin-walled pinch pot out of fresh clay, it might get kind of floppy and droopy and collapse in on itself. So often if I'm making a bigger piece, I'll sculpt the bottom and then wait for that to set up a little bit before I add on more clay and just keep working it up as it dries enough to support itself, basically. So after that wet clay has been drying in the air for a little while, we get to a stage called leather hard. At this stage, the clay is still damp, but it holds its shape. If I were to squeeze it, it'll give a little bit, but you can't squeeze it much without cracking. The surface feels drier. It doesn't feel as malleable. And this stage is where the clay it's able to support its shape pretty well. So this would be the stage to add on coils if I wanted to make it taller, add on a handle, do carving, apply underglaze. There are a lot of things that you can do at the leather hard stage. And I just want to show you a little very quick demonstration of one thing I love doing, which is to carve it at this stage. You can see it carves out, maybe you can't see, it carves out nicely without pushing the form in. So this is the state that you want to be at when you're doing things like carving or decorating or painting. And I'll be talking a lot more about carving clay in a future project post, but I just want to give you a little preview now. So finally, when your piece is totally dry, that's called bone dry. That means it is completely dried. It doesn't feel cool to the touch. It feels like room temperature. You can hear it's kind of chalky sounding. And this is the stage when that clay is ready to be fired. You want to make sure that all the moisture is out of your clay before firing. One really important thing to note about bone dry clay is that it's very fragile at this stage. If you have small pieces like a handle or a part of a sculpture, you have to be really delicate, otherwise you could break them super easily. And if I dropped this from here to the table, it would probably crack. So treat it like an egg. Hope you've enjoyed this class and it's helped you understand working with clay a little bit more. As always, I do these videos purely on a donation basis, so if you enjoyed them and you want to help me make it so I can make more, send me a little tip through Venmo, PayPal, or Patreon. Alright, I'll catch you next time.